All the money that's going to come in is going to help the budget, which is going to help support the value of the currency in the long run. Everything that's going to go through that country is going to be around in a real effective exchange rate. It isn't going to be 1,310, or they'd have done it a long time ago. There would have been no reason to just say, we're going to go like we are and this is the way we're going to go onto the Forex. But have they done that yet? MEGA stands for Make Iraq Great Again. Iraq has it all over the place. This is good for Iraq. Cockroaches, got to get rid of them. US gas move, Iraq's race to avert power crisis. US has gone full tilt with Iraq to stop Iranian influence and rebuild Iraqi infrastructure. They are adding power plants as well as rebuilding the power structure. This will put Iraq at the forefront in the region, and with that we get the economic reforms or a higher value to lift the purchasing power of Iraq. Inflation's freefall, Iraq hits 2.8%, economic hopes soar. If you look at the Dr. Shabibi plan to get to the reinstatement, you can clearly see, he planned to put the brakes on after each step, then monitor closely for inflation. Folks, the process is working. The contract rate on the Iraqi dinar is tied to what Iraq is selling their oil for, that was agreed upon already in a contract with Iraq. We have a very high rate on Iraqi dinar, especially the contract rate, which will be available only at redemption centers. The dong is a very good rate, very strong. America calls on Iraq to end dependence on Iranian energy and welcomes al-Sudani's commitment. Quote, the US State Department called on Iraq to stop relying on Iranian energy sources as soon as possible. The inflation was created by how many notes they printed. They are producing more oil when it was worth $2 to $3 a pop. According to General Hutant, at one time it was legitimately worth $3. Look at their oil production then, their economy then, the amount of notes they had. They have more customers, producing more oil. So what is keeping the value of the dinar down? It is the amount of notes that are out in circulation. Iraq has the opportunity to call in those notes and add value to its currency. Aki says, due to what the GOI and CBI are instructing us, I am moving my family to the city where the bank is, where me and my boss work. The reason why is due to the fact that my boss told me you're going to be very busy very soon. Aki is bringing his family from the state that he lives in, he's bringing them down south of that state, to be closer to this bank that he's in charge of. Aki must have a very good idea of this true time frame because he's moving his family to the bank's location. This target date has to be EMO within arm's reach. A couple of groups are working hard and they are being told that this is their month. Crossing my fingers it is true and we don't get another letdown. But there is certainly a lot of chatter right now. At some point they have to pull the trigger. Fantastic news over the weekend, it just needs to manifest. It was last month that Sudani said right around the middle of February that at the end of February, we will bring the budget tables. Then towards the end of last month he says I'm going to do it at the beginning of March. On the 3rd of March he comes out and he says I'm going to do this at the middle of March. Here we are headed towards the middle of March in about another week and he just made an announcement. He says I'm going to expose the budget tables at the end of March. We went from the end of February to the beginning of March, to the middle of March. What is April 1st? What did Dr. Shabibi want when he wanted to release the new exchange rate? The beginning or end of a year or the beginning of a quarter? The Central Bank of Iraq, CBI, has concluded its first quarterly meetings of 2025 with the U.S. Treasury Department and the Federal Reserve Bank, held in Dubai, UAE, with participation from international auditing and consulting firms, A. Ernst & Young, K2 Integrity, K2I, and Oliver Wyman. Here we see the meetings I reported some days ago are bearing fruit. We should all realize that Iraq has spent many billions of dollars to update their banking system with state-of-the-art features. Understand, a suppressed currency is not tradable internationally due to lack of faith and trust. Such massive ongoing improvements are aimed at a superior currency that will soon debut on the world stage. Unfortunately, we cannot have a definitive timing. Government advisor, 2025 budget will reach Parliament before end of Ramadan. Salah indicated that the budget schedules are expected to reach Parliament before the end of Ramadan, which falls at the end of March. What they've told us is that going into 2025 they were going to end the currency auctions. They did say they transitioned to that new method of transferring foreign currencies abroad, allowing specific local banks within the country of Iraq to send the foreign currencies, but they never officially ended the currency auctions. We know the currency auctions have to end at least by the time the rate changes. We also know that from last November through the end of January the currency auctions went up from about $280 million to $300 million, then in January of this year, went higher from $290 million to $300 million. Their actions of incrementing the currency auctions to higher amounts suggest we're getting very close to nearing the end of this. Minister of Finance Taif Sami stressed, on Tuesday, the importance of the ongoing partnership with the World Bank, and Iraq's aspiration to benefit from the technical and financial support it provides in implementing strategic projects, to stimulate economic growth and provide job opportunities. The minister said during her meeting with the World Bank representative, Jean-Christophe Carrot, according to a statement issued by the Ministry of Finance and received by Shafaq News, that cooperation includes areas related to infrastructure and human development. The statement added, the meeting discussed ways to enhance economic and financial cooperation between Iraq and the World Bank, and reviewed a number of key topics related to enhancing financial stability in Iraq. In addition to discussing development projects that the two parties seek to implement with the aim of achieving sustainable development. For his part, the World Bank representative, according to the statement, expressed the bank's commitment to continue supporting Iraq in achieving its development goals, noting that the World Bank pays great attention to enhancing Iraq's ability to face economic and development challenges, with a focus on sustainable development, and achieving comprehensiveness in the benefits achieved. The Iraqi government agreed, during its meeting today, Tuesday, headed by Mohammed Shia al-Sudani, to establish the national mobile phone to operate the fifth generation in partnership with Vodafone.